We are going to talk today about something that I know. I know because I've been working remotely since more or less 10 years. In 2023, working remotely as a contractor in the technology industry has become increasingly common. Everyone is a remote worker. And after COVID, many people have learned to wake up without having to use the subway of the car. Every company, from tech giants like Microsoft, Google, or Meta, even the little startups, all they are allowed their workers to never have to go to their office. This is something that never was like that before, because you maybe don't know how hard it was to try to be a remote worker, even in 2019. In 2019, if you were telling what to one company, sorry, I'm a remote worker, you have 95% of the chances that they were telling to you, no, sorry, we don't want to work with you. Because the companies were not used to work with remote workers. And the COVID appeared and everything changed. So who was used or who wasn't had to change, because one day all of us become as a remote workers. And all of us will learn what is good and what is bad working from home. It's very good to work from home because the flexibility that is given to you, you can work the hours that you want to work, you can stop when you want to stop, you can have lunch the moment that you want to have lunch. Even if you want to go to the gym, you can do that. You can save a lot of time and money, because when you're working from your home, you go to your kitchen and you make your food. You don't need to pay the buses, you don't need to pay the taxis. You're working even in a quiet environment. Maybe you don't like that, but okay, if you love to be quiet, if you are alone at home, for sure that is going to be a quiet environment, and you're going to be working in an absolute silence, and for that, you're going to be completely concentrated. All of us, we know the downside when you're working remotely. For example, you have a completely lack of social interaction. You're working remotely is lonely. Nobody is with you. You're not going to talk with your partners. You're not going to talk with your colleagues. In case that you have a problem, you need to start to use all these chat applications like Slack, like Teams. You're going to have video meetings that you don't want to have. You're going to have many more meetings than before, because when you had the problem before, you had to go to talk with your partner and says, okay, I have that. You sit with him or her 5 minutes, and after that, everything is solved. Now you need to have meetings and meetings and meetings. It's difficult to maintain the separation between the work and the personal life. All of us, we know that too. When you start to work, you don't know when you stop to work, because you start to feel bad when you go out to have lunch and then you stay out for 2 hours and you don't have a clear separation between what is work and what is personal. Because before, you have a clear separation. When you are at home, you are in your personal life. When you are in the office, you are in your work life. But now everything is in the same room. And for example, you can be working in the same table where you are having lunch, you're having dinner. You can be working in the same place where your kids are playing when they're back to school. And for sure, you have a lack of supervision and feedback. Because when you're working remotely, you're missing continuously the feedback from the supervisor and from the superior people. And this is not good. So we need to remember that work from home is very good because you're getting many things. But when I talk with many colleagues, I discovered that many of them, they want to go back to the offices and they want to talk with people. For me, for example, I take the decision many years ago, and I don't want to go back to an office. But this is my decision. It's not the decision of everyone. For that reason, the companies, they need to think about that, and they need to think what is the best for the people. If the workers, they want to be in the office, they need to open the offices. But if the people, they want to be working from home, they need to be able to create an atmosphere that leaves the people working from home. But if the people wants to be 2 days at home and maybe 2 months in the office and then 2 months at home, they need to be open for that. We know that there are companies that allow working from home all the time that you want. And we know that there are companies like Twitter that they don't allow people working from home. And I think that this is the time where the companies need to think about that. And the companies need to understand that really they are something because they have workers. And the best thing that could happen to a company is to have happy employees. Think twice and leave the people do what they want to do. I hope that you enjoy. See you next time.
Do you think your project infrastructure is well set and maintained? We know for sure there is always room for improvement. If you are uncertain where to begin, let's first do an audit of what you already have. We will review your setup from every angle, performance, cost, security, high availability, automation, and provide you with a detailed roadmap of which direction your infrastructure should go, generate concrete tasks for you to implement, or even take on your infra entirely, if you let us, of course.